Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Thanks for joining me. I would like to make a video now about organizing our ancestors' surnames by generations, meaning, again, following the first to eighth cousin um, generations. And again, I realize that there are other programs that may mention first cousin one time removed or two times removed and so on. But for our sanity, our clarification here purposes, I want to just stick with the first to eighth cousins and how I organize them and how I distinct them from between my paternal side and my maternal side, and we'll try to take a look also at my family tree and ancestry to give us some guidance. So let's hop over to our spreadsheet right now and we'll begin. So here I have my chart created with my cousins from first to eighth, and I have each of the known ancestor surnames listed below them. For example, under my first cousins that we would share a set of grandparents with, whether it's maternal, paternal, or in some cases, it could be double first cousins. Here I have a set of grandparents in yellow and a set in green. So the paternal side is what I have decided to highlight in yellow, and then the green is my maternal side. My four grandparents, including my grandmothers, of course, with the maiden names, is Alone, Trefone, Pruitt, and Collinsworth. And as you move back one generation at a time and you learn the ancestor, whether it's first the grandmother, the four times great grandmother, but you're looking for the first name of your four times great grandfather, for example, then go ahead and count them and list the maiden name of your four times great grandmother on your chart. And that's how I built it. It's just each generation is just the female surnames going backwards. Because when we begin with, we have our four surnames, which are the male's line. And then as we add our surnames under each generation, it's just the female. So to make the water a little more muddier and as clear as possible for everyone, let's hop over to my family tree here for just a second. Let's see if I can toggle over there successfully. There we go. Now, this is my family tree. I'm going to take myself off of the screen so you can see all of it. There we go. This is my tree. So my father and myself are the only two living people on my pedigree chart here. From my mother and grandparents moving back, everyone has passed away. So, as I was mentioning a moment ago with the four grandparents, that would be my father's parents, Palone and Trefone, his mother, and then my maternal side, Pruitt and Collinsworth. And just a quick side note here that my parents never married, and that is why I carry the Pruitt surname, my mother's maiden name. Now, as I move back to the next generation, to my great grandparents, so we have Gregorio Palone, Maria Palone. And yes, they have similar surnames. I don't know if they're distantly related. They may be, but that's more research for me to dig into at some point in the future to learn, if possible. And then I've got Nicola Trefone, and her name was Concetta Quattrocelli. Fabulous name. And then my maternal side, we have Ely Crumpton, Cruitt, Orame, Vickery, Johnny Martin, Collinsworth, and Elsie Reed Grimes. So when I add my next generation, my second cousins, as we'll call them, then I will only add the maiden names of my maternal grandmothers. Or paternal as well, excuse me, all four. We need 8 of them because we have 8. So we've got, I would add Palone, Quattrocelli, Vickery, and Grimes. And that would complete all 8 of the great grandparents. And then the same when I move back to the great great grandparents, I'm only going to add the maiden names of the ancestors. So in this case, I have a Torchia. Now, if you'll notice, I have another one with the same surname. Again, I'm not sure if they're related or not, possibly. So what I would do is I would put this one in italics, in parentheses, still counting her because that would just sort of be like a placeholder. And I'll go back to my chart and show you in a second. And then adding these other female ancestors' maiden names to my list. And I've been able to locate all 16 of my great great grandparents. So that's something that I was able to do. I know not everyone has that option, but as you're researching, don't give up. You don't know what clues will be out there, whether it's through DNA or records that are hidden somewhere in a courthouse or an archive. At this time, let me see if I can transition back over to the spreadsheet for a second. There we go. Now, so on the second cousins here, you can see I have Grimes, Vickery, Quattrocelli, and Pallone. So when I highlight all 4 of these, 8, excuse me, that gives me my 8 great. And when I move over and I highlight the next row, that gives me my 16. Down here on the bottom, I have my count, 16. Great great grandparents. So at this point, if I were using this chart for my ancestry DNA research, then I can categorize and go, okay, so if they categorize it by third or third to fourth or second to third cousins that are unknown or known to me, then I can place each of these in specific categories. And as you move further and further up your tree, perhaps you will encounter brick walls or where you're not able to learn more about an ancestor. And it's at that point you would either go to physically research in person, reach out to your relatives who might have some other information, and so on. But just don't give up because you just don't know, again, what clues or what fun adventures await you as you explore this. So again, as you move up the tree, if you'll see like my next set here on this list, I have 30 surnames. So that would tell me that I have about 2 less than what I'm supposed to because it should be 32. So again, more research is entailed. Adding the maiden names every generation is all you do with each of the categories. Now, if we look here at Lee's chart, this is my wife. Let me remove my camera so you can see it better. So she has a lot more and detailed in her family tree here and many generations back with lots of surnames. What's interesting is on her family, and we'll slide over here just a bit, is that she has some shared surnames with her paternal and maternal side, which will happen just as it did with mine. And so as you go to research, it might be that you're thinking, oh, they may be related. They might be, they may not be. It just depends. Like, again, that's where detailed research comes into play. Now, I have a basic example of this. If you're interested in getting a chart, I can email this to you again. Just comment below in the comment section, please, and I'll be glad to forward this to you. If you've got any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them. I appreciate everything and everyone that has been leaving them. And I hope that you'll all be learning. You have been learning as we've been going along here. It's been a great adventure. It still is. And I hope that you continue all learning and have fun as you do. Enjoy that family tree, everyone. Have a great day, and Lord willing, I'll see you again the next time. Take care. Bye bye.